New allegations against Sean Diddy Combs, and these are some of the most horrific yet.
If I do come up missing, all the calls I've been getting have been about him.
And look at her now. 14 going on 15 years old.
For the drugging and sexual assault of a 10-year-old boy when he met defendant Sean Combs.
Word on the street? Beyonce and Jay-Z are furious with Ganell after he claimed the industry elites have marked Jay-Z as the next one to be taken down.
The people in power had gave that ring to Diddy, and Jay was next in line. Diddy used to hate Jay-Z. He hated Jay-Z enough when he was trying to get Ja Rule to go at him.
I'm dead serious. This came straight from our own Jan Deal, who dropped that Diddy couldn't stand Jay-Z back in the day. So why on earth did he suddenly become BFFs with him? Was it all a setup from Diddy, playing the long game, collecting dirt until he could pull the trigger? According to Jaguar Wright, that's exactly what's going down.
Will Diddy start snitching? He better. But the only thing I'm interested in him talking about is everything he knows about Kathy Coriana White. See, I know you know what happened to Corey. Diddy, I know that. You and Jay-Z down in Vegas at Tao with Claudia. Why don't you just talk about Kathy? That might help. That might help a lot. Kathy Coriana White, Jay-Z's pregnant mistress. She died 24 hours after she announced that she was going public with their relationship and the baby. While he was married to Beyoncé. Was it an aneurysm, Diddy? Or are you the one who paid the same coroner that you... Oh, Diddy, you should talk.
Do you feel the federal government will probably speak to Jay-Z in regards?
They already have.
Oh.
They talked to him before he made that Super Bowl announcement. Isn't that interesting? He was questioned by the feds.
Let's not forget, Jay-Z was a regular guest at those infamous Diddy parties. You know, the ones where it's been whispered for years that hidden cameras were rolling. Rumors have long suggested Jay-Z was right there in the middle of those notorious freak-offs. Just last month, reports dropped about an A-list celeb from Virginia being secretly filmed at one of those parties, and the guy is now terrified that the footage could blow up his whole career. Sources told the New York Post the video is already being shopped to major outlets, with 2 insiders confirming even big networks are fighting in a bidding war. And while the internet loses its mind, Diddy's mom is out here defending him, swearing he's not the monster people claim, while attorney Ariel Mitchell says the person holding the footage is trying to extort the celeb for cash.
So was just recently contacted by someone who wanted me to essentially represent them in the sale of one of the Diddy tapes. So, which I declined that because...
Wait a minute, say that again. Say that again, back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes.
Yes.
The shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood. But one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of, and to contact the person who was in the video to see if they were interested in purchasing the video before it became a public knowledge.
I've heard this before, so like a catch and kill.
Catch and kill, correct.
Wow, can you, and I guess you can't reveal the person who is on
No, I can't explain who the person was, but
High profile?
Mr. Combs was in the tape, and this other person is, I would venture to say, more high profile than Mr. Combs.
Really? Really? And you've seen it?
I've seen stills of the video.
Okay.
So
you can verify
that it exists, that it's real, that the other person in the video is very visible. It's no question if it's that person in the video, and I can tell the video is pornographic in nature.
Oh my. All right. So we know that he videotaped a lot of activities at his home, Diddy. And it sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes. This was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video. So it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped.
But wait, this gets uglier. Word is, there's another big name star wrapped up in that lawsuit. Maybe weak evidence if you're thinking it doesn't tie to Jay-Z. But according to Jaguar Wright, it's a whole lot deeper. She's even gone as far as to accuse Jay-Z of being connected to trafficking minors.
2022, a businessman who claims that Combs sexually assaulted him during a Ciroc party back in 2022, a woman who claims she was drugged and raped by Combs at a house party in Manhattan back in 2022, another man who claims he was drugged and repeatedly sexually assaulted by Combs, and others, including an unnamed celebrity, this at an award show after party in LA back in 2022. But the one we want to focus on right now is a very, very disturbing claim. As if all of these aren't disturbing, but this one is especially heinous, because I think the best way to describe this is the very first paragraph of this new lawsuit. It reads, in the complaint, defendant Combs drugged and raped a 13-year-old girl at a house party. Many others were present but did nothing to stop it. Some participated in it. Combs has been allowed for years to conduct himself in this manner without any consequences. He believes he is above the law. He is not. Yeah. Now again, I've said this before, while Combs is currently facing federal criminal charges of racketeering and sex trafficking and transportation to engage in prostitution, none of those criminal charges are related to minors. However, a number of these lawsuits, including from Tony Busby, they focused on the alleged abuse of underage people. And it makes you wonder if Combs will be hit with a superseding indictment. That means when you go back to the grand jury for additional or revised charges, will Combs be hit with a superseding indictment that involves minors?
And here's the bomb. The latest lawsuit against Diddy reveals a jaw-dropping age of one alleged victim.
I-D-D-Y-D-E-V-I-L. The devil. He's the devil. And if he ain't the devil, he is the damn short shepherd for him. He wants to be just like him. Let's get Diddy indicted and let's get Jay-Z up next.
Do you believe?
I promise you, whatever trafficking the diddler is being looked at for, Sean Carter aided and abetted or was directly involved. It's about to get real tense, and there's a lot of girls and boys who are still trapped inside the machine, working, paying their flesh debts. There's still a lot of them, and they know things that people ain't gonna be comfortable with them knowing. What people really need to be worried about is getting all of the witnesses to come forward.
A young performer was supposedly taken to audition for Diddy, and the whole story sounds disturbingly close to the old accusations against Jay-Z, when people once whispered he did the same thing to Rihanna.
And these are some of the most horrific yet. A man says he was just 10 years old when the rapper allegedly drugged and sexually assaulted him during what was supposed to be an audition, sending him back to his parents crying and in pain. The latest lawsuits against the music mogul seem to reinforce previous claims made in both civil and criminal court, and we're going to break down these most recent allegations right now. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. On Monday, Texas attorney Tony Busby's law firm filed 2 new lawsuits in New York State Supreme Court, alleging that music superstar Sean Diddy Combs sexually assaulted 2 underage boys in the early 2000s, and one of them was allegedly just 10 years old at the time. As if these allegations couldn't get worse, Tony Busby and his legal partners, they filed a suit against Combs on behalf of a John Doe who lives in California. The lawsuit states, this case seeks compensatory and punitive damages for the drugging and sexual assault of a 10-year-old boy when he met defendant Sean Combs for an audition. The conduct described herein is shockingly typical of how Combs conducted himself for many years. And look, that is true. Many of the allegations from Combs' accusers say they were drugged and then they were assaulted, that this is a pattern. And of course, we know when it comes to the federal charges, Combs is accused of using drugs to have people engage in those freak-off sessions.
That's right. Another young performer brought in for Diddy. But the echoes of Jay-Z and Rihanna's past accusations are impossible to ignore.
She was an innocent baby when she came over here. And look at her now.
14 going on 15 years old. Flown over without parental supervision in a private plane by a man who was supposed to be a producer who auditioned her at 3 a.m. in the morning in a hotel room. Auditioning at 3 a.m. in the morning, a 14-year-old girl.
With no parental consent.
With no parental, nobody. She was flown to another country. She was taken to Def Jam headquarters. She was left in a conference room alone with Sean Carter for nearly 6 hours alone with no parental supervision. And she was flown up separately. She was 14 and a half. Going on 50.
Now, I'll let you piece it together. But here's the twist. Multiple reporters like Storm Monroe are claiming Jay-Z and Beyonce might just be sitting at the center of Hollywood's next mega scandal. And if that wasn't enough, Jason Lee himself is pointing fingers, alleging that people tied to Jay-Z's own crew have been hitting him up, maybe even trying to scare him off.
And on that show, on a major international, globally watched broadcast show, saying the things that she's been saying on YouTube, it's just now it hits differently because it's in that mainstream conversation. The things that she was saying were basically alleging that Diddy
allegedly
is the same person as Jay-Z. That's basically the summary of it. Well, that had a lot of people talking, and I won't lie, I have to be true to myself. I got lots of phone calls from lots of powerful people questioning what I was going to do in response to everything before she even hit the Piers Morgan show, because the whispers of Jay-Z's name have been getting louder and louder and louder. It doesn't necessarily mean that something's there, but they say where there's smoke, there's fire. I don't know. Well, immediately after that segment, the man who never ever speaks out, who we never see, who barely has an Instagram that he's never even active on, the only person that Beyonce follows on Instagram, Jay-Z, took action. Him and Beyonce's attorneys went after Piers, and it wasn't cute, because in a way that we've never seen before, they actually took a stance on something. Now, Piers got the call and was told that he had to fix it, and he deleted that part from the broadcast, and he...
Of course, officially this is all still alleged, but that hasn't stopped Storm from breaking it down.
Or to Target for real, who are like, they're Beyonce and Jay-Z. Why would they do that?
Because this is...
Why have I been getting calls?
Because this is like...
Why am I getting calls and I haven't even said anything?
Because this is the monster of all monsters.
Who? Me?
This Diddy case.
Why would I, Jason Lee, I'm getting calls and I haven't even said anything? They ain't called me to go to the Rock Nation brunch. They haven't called me to go to the Gold Party.
To accept being honored.
They haven't called me when we offered to honor Jay-Z at the award show. They didn't call me to go to the press conference about striking the deal with the NFL while we were kneeling for Kaepernick. They didn't call me to ask me what I thought about her hair care product. They didn't call me to offer a free bottle of her perfume. I didn't get to go backstage on her tour for the Renaissance. In fact, when the video circulated making it look like I've been chasing her around like a super fan, which I am a super fan, but I chase nobody. Nobody's called me to clear that up. I haven't gotten a delivery of white flowers with a little card from Beyonce. Why is everybody calling me now?
Oh, and you also stopped.
We're not going to even go there. I stopped a major thing for Beyonce. Didn't even get a thank you.
But now everybody's
why is everybody calling me?
Storm reminds everyone that some time ago, Jason Lee teased having damaging receipts on Jay-Z. Receipts so toxic they could splash back on Beyonce just by association.
If y'all remember a while back, Jason Lee did a video where he claimed to have had like a damaging story, damaging receipts on Jay-Z and how it was going to affect Beyonce. All right. And Jason Lee kind of like dropped that he had it, but then didn't believe.
Then Storm pauses, asking why suddenly Jason is getting bombarded with calls. He points right to Jaguar Wright's fiery appearance on Piers Morgan, where she hinted that Roc Nation might already be in panic mode. Maybe even pushing Jason to clean up Jay-Z and Beyonce's image.
I help but think this is connected to Jaguar Wright getting on Piers Morgan, saying what she said, Roc Nation trying to put out that fire, and now they're trying to double back and maybe get Jason Lee to put out some good stuff about Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Digging deeper, Storm notes how bitter Jason sounds, constantly complaining about being left out of Roc Nation's brunches and exclusive events. Almost like he's desperate to sit at their table, but can't get past the velvet rope.
I mean, number one, he's repeating himself a lot. Number two, is it just me, or is he also salty that he hasn't been invited to certain places by Jay-Z and Beyonce? You know what I'm saying? It's like he wants to be in that inner circle. Now, the last thing I remember is the Roc Nation brunch. Yep, and he was invited. He got, however he got in. And, yeah. Storm, you're in the thick of it, but you were able to do it. Keep going. Amen. Thank you for all them super chats. So I really appreciate that. Yeah. Jag threw a curveball.
Then comes the kicker. Jason admits he got a call warning him. Don't talk about Jay-Z or he'll snatch your company. But instead of folding, Jason says he's not backing down.
Come and snatch your company. He's going to sue you. He's going to do this and that. I'm not afraid of Jay-Z. I'm not afraid of what he's going to do because I'm not out here to say lies about Jay-Z. I love Black excellence and I want to promote Black excellence, which is why we wanted to honor Jay-Z this year, didn't we? Mm-hmm. And we were told Jay-Z don't like to be honored. Well, he took the honor from the Grammys. And then he complained that she don't get the Grammys. And now the Country Music Association or awards, they're laughing at you with your Jolene. They want you to take your Jolene out of here because they don't believe that you should be singing country music, even though we created it and they sold things. But still, that doesn't matter. That's why we got to be working together to tell our stories. But I will tell you to the audience, if I do come up missing, all the calls I've been getting have been about him. And listen, I haven't had any threatening calls. Nobody has said that they're going to hurt me. So I want to go on record for that. But there is a lot of, why are you? They thought. Beyonce ain't never thought about me. And Jay-Z ain't never thought about me. If they did, they talked about it way up there at the castle that they live at, but they never told me anything. Jay-Z and Beyonce's attorney, Alex, eventually spoke out and had this to say.
Listen, there's rumors and then there's nonsense. And this is one step further, right? This is a pointed and formal accusation of something.
And their client? Oh, they have plenty to say.
And I felt it needed to be responded to. So I think somebody reported it was a cease and desist. It wasn't that. It was quite bluntly an ultimatum, which is remove that false accusation that's demonstrably false, or a court's going to order you to. And so I think he made the wise choice and acted accordingly.
He meaning Piers Morgan, apologizing for it.
Removing it and apologizing for it, yes. We don't pay much mind to, random folks, saying what they do on the internet or so-called bloggers. I think what changed here is that somebody sort of weaponized and tried to take advantage of that sort of talk and put it up on a platform of a so-called journalist. And that's where, I felt it appropriate to spring into action. As I know you both know, I'm a proponent of free speech. So is Mr. Carter. We believe in it in democracy and in debate and in music. But this is different, of course. And so that's why we acted. Yeah, again, I don't pay much mind to random folks who want to, tweet, say what they do on the internet. What changed here in my mind is that somebody on a so-called journalistic platform exploited that kind of random rumor mill, whether it's disconnected from reality or what have you, and lifted it up. And by doing that, they not only caused harm here, but they are also droning out the voices of real victims. And so in a case and a situation as serious as this is not a free flow of ideas and those sort of democratic ideals. This is lifting somebody and taking advantage of somebody who's saying, these sorts of things. And if you look at the history here, theories about ex-president.
But here's the shocker. After Piers Morgan issued his apology, Jaguar Wright suddenly went silent. Fans are convinced it's not a coincidence. Some say Jay-Z and Beyonce are threatening her behind the scenes. Could it be tied to that devastating secret she still holds about him?
It's just as bad as the diddler. And I know that for a fact. I got the scars to prove it.
Want to know what a box cutter feels like going into your skin and ripping you?
I can tell you how it feels. Y'all ain't seen shit yet. That Cassie shit, that's nothing.
So are you trying to say like Jay-Z put hands on you?
I'm saying Sean Carter remembers everything he did to me and he's got it on tape. Just like Diddy. It's gonna be the women that get him in the end.
And that, folks, is where the story leaves us, dangling on the edge of a scandal that could topple an empire.